Hey folks, Sheila here from Design Files. I just wanted to pop on with a quick video to let you know that detailed spec sheets are now available. So if you are working with contractors a lot who are going to be ordering or installing products into your client space, and you want to make sure they have all the information they need to get that job done right the first time, you're going to love using our new detailed spec sheets. With them, you'll be able to include all the product specific details, you'll be able to include links to rough-in and installation guides, and you can also indicate the location and the room that these items are going to be installed in. So let's go ahead, we can use this project as an example, and let's just jump in and I'll show you how this works. So now at the top of your Design Files account for your project navigation, you're going to see that there is a new option for spec sheets. And if you click into that, it'll take you to your spec sheet overview page where you're going to see any other spec sheets that you've created. You can always create a brand new one right here by clicking the button. And of course, if you want to edit any of these spec sheets, you can just click into the edit option right here. Now, I've already added a couple of items here, but let's go over all the information that's going to be included within your spec sheets and how you can include products. And then we'll also view this from the contractor's perspective. So up here at the top, you'll see that the client's name has been pulled in. You've got your spec sheet ID, the description for this particular project. So in this case, I'm just listing this as the Bouchard home, and it's being prepared for Adam Lowe, who is the contractor on this job. It also includes your client's contact information, so the contractor will know exactly which location they're going to be working on. Now, below that, you can see that I've got a couple of products here. Below that, you'll see that you can add additional products and you can add manual line items. So if you wanted to pull in products, you would just click this button right here. It's going to open up this panel where you can pull in items from your project, which you can narrow down using any of these filters, or you can pull directly from your library as well. And you would just click the check boxes for any of the items that you want to add, and then go ahead and add those to the spec sheet. Now, once they come in, they're going to show like this. So we've got a small image of the product name, the link for the product, so it'll be the product URL, the description, SKU, vendor, quantity, material, and finish. You can include dimensions if you like, and here you can add in the room or the location where this particular item is going to be installed. You also have an additional field over here for any extra notes that you want to include. Now, if you want to limit the amount of product information that's going to be showing within your spec sheet, up here you have your configure button. So here you would just turn the toggles off for any details that you don't want to include, and you might find that you're changing this up depending on the type of person that you're going to be sending this spec sheet to. So for the most part, you'll probably be using it for your contractors, but I've definitely talked to other designers who also want to be able to send these out to their clients, and they just want the ability to hide certain details. So this will give you the flexibility to turn off specific details if you don't want your client to have access to it, or to keep certain details added in if you're sending it out to a contractor who's also going to be purchasing and installing the item. So I'm going to leave everything as is. And let's see here, a couple things that I do want to bring to your attention. So let's go ahead and we're going to click this link to visit the website for this product. In this particular case for this item, if I scroll down here, you're going to see that they also include rough-in guides and installation guides. So if you wanted to add these as links into your spec sheet so that your contractor has access to this, here's how you'd go about doing this. You would click into the rough-in guide here, and you're just going to grab this URL. So you're just going to copy this. So you can either hold down Control-C or Command-C if you're on a Mac. We're going to copy this URL, and then we're going to pop back to our spec sheet. Now down here, you can see that I've already done it, but let's go ahead and we'll just do this step one more time. So let's say I want to include the rough-in guide. I'm just going to put in rough-in guide, and then I'm going to highlight this text. Up here, you can see that there's an option to add a link, and we would just paste the link in here and save it. And now that link is going to be active so that when I hand this spec sheet out to my contractor, they'll be able to click on those links and see all the additional information. So that's how you can go about adding links in your descriptions. If you want, you could also just choose to download the rough-in guide and you can attach it here as well. Completely up to you. You can also add in any additional notes that you want. And when you're ready, you can save your spec sheet as a draft to preview it. So this will show you what it's going to look like for your contractor. They can download the spec sheet here if they like. And here at the top of it, you'll see the kind of standard spec sheet details. Below that, we've got all of the product information. You can see that these links have been activated. So if your contractor wanted to click into this to see the installation guide, they just click on the link and it's going to pop it up for them. You can also choose how many products are going to show per page on your spec sheets. So if you choose to have multiple products showing like this, then you're going to see smaller images of the actual products. But if you like the idea of showing larger products on your spec sheets, let's just go ahead. We're going to save this as a draft. And if I go into here to download the spec sheet, you'll see that I can actually choose to have multiple products per page or a single product per page. So if I wanted it to just be a single product per page and show a much larger product image, we'll generate this PDF, and I'll just bring this down so you can see the full page. And here you'll be able to see the large image plus all of the product information. So if you like, you can also choose to download this version and email it directly out to your contractor if you would like to have the larger images. So if you're working with contractors regularly and you're often having to make sure that they have all the information they need to either order the product on behalf of you or to just install the item into your client's space, be sure to check out the new spec sheet feature. It's going to be a great addition to your overall workflow, and it's going to make your projects run so much smoother. Now, the new spec sheet feature is available in our new full service plan. So if you're interested in accessing this particular feature and 14 other major new updates that we've added to the full service plan, pop on over to our plans and pricing page where you're going to see a detailed breakdown of everything that's included. And of course, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out on the live chat. We're always happy to help.